okay, gotcha. And I'll upload later to my YouTube channel, Fabulous Fakes on YouTube. Okay, so pay attention. The key to pronunciation, and as you said it, because you were the ones who said it, if you pronounce better, you listen and understand more, right? Why? Because, you know, it makes sense. It makes sense. If you say anthropomorphic and you hear anthropomorphic, guess what? You got a match. Yeah? But if you say something different and people that speak English say anthropomorphic to you, you're going to be like, let's say that again, right? It happens all the time because there's no match. So you have to create more and more matches. What is this? It is good old vocabulary building. Just vocabulary building. But most people, when they think vocabulary, they think the meaning only, exclusively. Like, okay, vocabulary, yes, I know the meaning of this, the meaning of that other thing. I know the meaning, so I have a strong vocabulary. But guess what? Vocabulary is integrated by 3 components: the meaning, the use, and the pronunciation. 33.333% in each one of them. So if you're just meaning, you're not gonna stand. And if you're just meaning and pronunciation, still, you're missing the other part. So it's pronunciation, use, and meaning. All right? Now, if you start building your vocabulary, you might as well start doing it as well in terms of meaning. Okay? So if you have this new word, make sure that you can pronounce it. Otherwise, you really don't have it. You got it? You don't have it if you cannot pronounce it. And guess what? That's going only to make your listening suffer more, because you spend all this time learning English, but you're not learning how to pronounce it. So in the end, when you know practice time comes along, you are in a social situation surrounded by people, and they're all speaking English, and you're like, wow, how nice! I've been studying all these months. Time to practice. And then they're like, hey, how's it going? Girl needs to go like, what? Don't understand anything. Yes, okay, so make sure that all of those words are matching, both in the way you pronounce and the way you hear them. So this is part of vocabulary building, mandatory now. What I'm using right now is called 2 Phonetics, okay? 2 Phonetics. And let me tell you what the best part of this is. I'm gonna open a book, any book, to see, let me think for a second. Okay, I got a book here in PDF. Let me just, I'm gonna grab from this book, I'm gonna grab just one paragraph somewhere. Okay. Let me see what we got here. Okay, I got a paragraph here. Paragraph I want to share with you. And I'm gonna share the screen now to different piece of material. The book that I have here. One second. Okay, I think I got it. So let me now share. Do you see the book now?
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you see? Does everybody see Convergence?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Convergence, okay. I want one of you to read paragraph 2, please, in 2018. Anyone? Raise your hand if you want to do it. Go ahead, please. Who raised their hand? Julia did?
No, I didn't, but I could try. I'm not good at
Give
reading.
it a try. That's
Not
good.
at all.
That's good.
Okay. Okay. From in 2019?
Exactly.
20, okay. In 2018, for the 6th straight year, Los Angeles earned the, okay, earned the dubious honor of being the most gridlocked metropolis in the world, where the average driver spent 2.5 working weeks a year trapped in traffic. Yet, help may be on its way. In May 2018, the Skirball Center was ground zero for Uber Elevate. The riders-sharing company's radical plan for solving this traffic. Their second annual flying car conference. That's all? Yeah, not too bad.
Not bad at all. Good.
Okay,
Let's take a look.
Okay.
So now I'm gonna.
I didn't know the meaning of some words here, so
Okay, don't worry.
I've never been that
That's
before.
beside the point. That's besides the point because we're not focusing on meaning today. We're focusing on pronunciation.
Okay.
So let me share. Let me go back to phonetics. Okay. To phonetics, right?
Okay.
And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that paragraph and I'm going to paste it here in the window. Let me go over the controls first. There's British and American, transcription only, or side by side or line by line, whatever you want. I chose transcription only and American. And make sure that you check off show weak forms because it by default is not checked. All right, so I'm gonna check it right now. Check it, make sure you check it because that's important. That's important for intonation. So I'm gonna paste it here, the whole of it, what you just read.
Yeah.
There was something that was crazy here. We're solving this.
Traffic.
Let's see what that was. Traffic. So this traffic is what it was. So this traffic, yes, check it out, like a car conference, and the flying, yes. Flying and traffic. Traffic, there. Okay, anything else? Okay, right here, trapped in traffic again. Traffic, and anything else? That's it. And show transcription, okay. You can do this with a whole page, a whole book, whatever. Now, this is what is interesting. You have the transcript right here. You can listen to Samantha and Victoria and Google, but they sound terrible. If you want a better voice, go to Flipgrid. I think that I already explained that. I can go over it again quickly, but not today. But Flipgrid is the best place for you to hear a beautiful voice and intonation. It's hard to find. They still sound pretty robotic. It's called Flipgrid. Explore it, create an account, and I can explain later. Flipgrid. Okay? Just create your account and play with it. You'll see what I mean. Okay. So it says here in 2018, pay attention to this, for the sixth. Now, this is what you wouldn't say. You would naturally say for the sixth. And here is where expectation doesn't meet reality. No match. Because you say for the sixth. But it's for the sixth. Further. For the sixth. Straight ear. What is this? Los. Was that right? Los?
Yeah.
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Yeah.
You can also say Los. You can say Los Angeles. Earned the dubious honor of being the most gridlocked. Pay attention to the stresses. Gridlocked. Two stresses, but the main stress is on the first syllable, so it's going to sound a little higher in pitch. Gridlocked. Gridlocked. Metropolis. And pay attention to all these schwas. You see all those schwas? 1, 2, 3. And the one syllable that has the stress is the one that has a clear character sound. So this sounds m, m, m. Obviously, nobody speaks like that because this is part of what is called connected speech. So I'm trying to sound as if I was connecting my speech, but I'm going syllable by syllable, which is highly unnatural, but we're gonna do it. This would sound something like if I were going like slow motion slow motion, this would be something like police. You see, my mouth is, I'm like a ventriloquist right now. Okay? Pay attention to my mouth. It doesn't move at all, really. Tra. Now I move it. And that contrast is what is protagonic in English. So, metropolis. And it's not metropolis, right? Metropolis. Metropolis in the world where the average, there are different pronunciations. See that? Average. The average driver spends 2.5 working weeks a year trapped in traffic. Yet help may be on its way. In May 2018, the Zurich Ball Center was ground zero for Uber Elevate. Pay attention to the stress. Elevate. Ride sharing. There's no one for this right now. There. What is this? Companies. Look at the schwa. Focus always on the schwa. Companies. Radical. Ride-sharing companies' radical plan. Pay attention to this pattern of pronunciation. Ra, you open, and then close. Radical. Radical. Plan for solving this traffic. Their second, big A, and then kind. Second annual flying car conference. Even you can eliminate schwas sometimes. Just pinch him in and out of sight. So you can either say conference or you can say conference because those schwa tend to be pinched in and out. All right. So there it is. I mean, if you just could read this and then go back and remember those sounds, because this is like, what is a good metaphor? Okay, let's go back to the bicycle. You're riding your bicycle. You're almost a baby, but you're a big baby now, and you're riding your bicycle, and you already let go of your side wheels. So you're a bigger boy or girl right now, but you're still paying attention, too much attention to what's going on down there, that your feet are planted rightly on the pedals and that your wheel is going the right place. I mean, going where it's supposed to go, and that there are no stones anywhere that are gonna trip you and make you fall. So you're paying a lot of attention to those elements. While experts, grown-ups, they never do that. They worry about other things, like that beautiful girl, that beautiful sunset, oh wow, and this and that. And they're enjoying the landscape while riding the bicycle. This is the same thing, okay? For the moment, you need to pay attention to sound, but eventually you'll be able to pay attention to meaning through sound, which is another kind of meaning, right? It's a different application, it's a different medium. But it starts here. This is the safest way to focus on sound without having an accident, okay? Pretty much. So when you read the book, the letters, you resort to your natural pattern, which is the Spanish pattern. Now, you take that away and come back here and play, and then go back. It really works a lot. Improve your pronunciation, you improve your listening, definitely, 100%. And this is guaranteed. So I don't know why people don't try it. Maybe because they're lazy, or maybe because they're impatient and they say, I don't know about those sounds. They look like another language. I have enough with English, right? So, you know, like, be realistic. You want to improve your listening, you need to improve your pronunciation, because if things don't match, it's not going to work. Okay? A lot of people, okay, listen, you have heard a lot about listening listening comprehension. This is the stuff that they teach in school, listening comprehension. What is listening comprehension? Listening comprehension could be also called listening memory. It's like, okay, listen to these two people talking, and then they ask you questions. In other words, did you hear and remembered? Not just heard, but also remembered. So listening comprehension is listening memory. Okay, if you get it from that perspective, things get clearer as we move along. Now, if that is the objective, listening comprehension, because that's part of the test, then what you need to do to make it easy for you, or easier for you to remember, is to have those matching sounds. So the first thing that you need to work on is listening discrimination. Okay? Listening discrimination. So discriminating what is a sound from another. Where's the stress? Which one is a schwa? Which one was not a schwa? Working on that discrimination gives you ease of sound manipulation. You can get those sounds easy, and you can occupy now with remembering. But if you're struggling, trying to resolve in your mind, like, what was that? Okay, that is going to let you go crazy. I mean, it's going to make you go crazy, because then you're going to ignore what is still happening. You're listening, but you're stuck. You're like, what is that word? Yeah. So vocabulary, definitely, but pronunciation, vocabulary. First, listen discrimination via phonetics. You were saying?
Sorry, it's more like focus on content words instead of function words. I forget what is the
Exactly,
proper,
function words.
Yeah.
Function words are articles, prepositions, conjunctions. They tend to disappear. Okay? They're always schwa. Look at this. That's a schwa right there. Okay? That's a schwa right there. And that is a function word. That is a function word. Fur is a function word. That is why it's reduced to fur. Even to for the sixth. Nobody's going to say for the sixth unless, I don't know what context, but yes, it can happen. But don't bet on it. It's not going to sound for ever. It's going to sound for in isolation. But once you put it back in context, it goes back to its original.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, this is the trick number one. Trick number one, and that's why I spent a lot of time here, actually. You know, like, it's already 6:52. I spent a lot of time here, but that is key, pronunciation. Netflix, guaranteed, yes, definitely. Netflix, Amazon Prime, and all those services are fantastic, okay? Language listening, I agree, boring, absolutely boring. Don't spend any more time listening to those. I mean, it gives you a false sense of security. You're like, oh, I understand. Yes, and then you turn on Netflix and you're like, oh, I don't. I was wrong. Okay? So what to do? Because the fact is that language textbook listening is graded, meaning that it's made for the A1, A2, B1, B2, C1 levels. So if you happen to be A2, then the listening that you're going to hear there is going to be adapted to make it easy for you. But once again, that's not the real world. And sometimes coming out of the classroom into the real world is a slap in the face with the back of the hand. You just go like, oh, what happened? You know, it's like all those years. Anyway, context over text, definitely. Pay attention to the phrase. Listen for phrases, okay? Instead of words, phrases. And collect them. Collect them. They're collectible. You can create collections. That could be a new hobby. Collect phrases. I publish
Idioms,
phrases
like
every
idioms.
day. Phrases. You don't need to classify them as idioms or this or that now. Just erase that from your mind. Is the wrong idea. They always give you labels. Forget the labels. You know, it's like when you meet a friend. You're not like, oh, he's the intellectual. Or no, he is the fitness freak. Nobody has those labels in their minds. So don't do it with language. It spooks everybody. It scares you. So no, just phrases. It doesn't matter if it's an idiom or a two-part verb or something else. Just not that, just phrases. Okay? For instance, in my Instagram today, I always publish phrases and words to focus on.
Yeah.
Today, I published in my stories, fabulous thought of the day. If I were any better, it would be illegal. Okay? If somebody asked me and I wanted to be funny, somebody would like, hey, teacher, how are you? I would say, oh, well, if I were any better, I tell you, it would be illegal. And I also published word of the day. Nowadays, you have to leave my house. That's a deal killer right there. I mean, like I say no immediately. No, leave my house? No, I don't leave it now. I prefer in my house. Focus on phrases. Active and passive, definitely. There's a lot of passive with Netflix, okay? So be careful. It's a balanced diet. If you do just passive, it's not gonna be much good. You also have to be active. Make notes. Make notes, okay? Focus on intonation and sounds, definitely. Going back to pronunciation. Try to capture that. What sounded stronger? How did the person pronounce that? Because also pronunciation is attached to feelings. So if you're nervous or you're scared or you're angry, your words sound different with a different separation between them, etc. Right? Sometimes with separation, sometimes without, to reflect the way you feel. Focus on phrases, real current language. Real current language. Classroom language gives you a false sense of security. The textbook, the Duolingo of the world, etc., is fantastic because you play and you feel like you're progressing because they show you, you're now level 2, you're gold, or whatever, you got a new hat. Yes, but what is that? You know, in the end, nothing. So real current language. So my secrets actually, here's where it all begins. Cross boundaries. Cross boundaries across formats and skills. Formats, watch the movie, read the book, or read the book, watch the movie, right? Read the article, watch the video, yeah? Watch the video, listen to the podcast. There is a whole lot of podcast recaps of shows, different TV shows. This is excellent. Watch a TV show and then listen to the podcast of the recap where they comment about everything that happened in the video. So you listen to it again, now from a different perspective and a different format. Okay? So that's really cool and it helps a lot. Watch the TV episode, then go listen to the podcast about the TV episode.
What about TED Talk?
TED Talks work a lot, yes. TED Talks, and then read more about what the person writes or what the person is explaining. These people that are on TED, they're not just anybody's. They're very important people. And so they publish books, articles, etc. They're researchers. They're very active. They're very actively involved in the topic of the TED Talk. So what you do is you look up more information and more material. And then you cross those boundaries. You listen to the TED Talk, and then you read something that the person wrote, and then you read the interview about that something that he wrote or she wrote. And then you go the full cycle, okay? But also skills. Also skills. Listen, and then take notes. Write. Listening, write. And then speak it. And then listen again to the way you pronounce it. You know, so just like switch between different skills. It helps a lot. Dictation, big. I'm big on dictation. I love this. Best exercise ever. Either partial or otherwise, meaning the whole thing. So you can take dictations of songs or whatever, podcast. Then dictation doesn't have to be that you write the whole thing, but that you stop the podcast. Hey, I like that. I want to remember that. And then you go back a little, and then you listen again, and you type it into your phone or whatever. You try to bring it to text. Okay? Doesn't matter how many times you have to listen to it, go back and then you get it in text. And that is dictation. Podcasts, definitely. I'm big on podcasts. Why? Because it's real current English. And there are many super cool ones. I recommend a lot in my, a lot of them in my Instagram. I can think of right now, I recommended one recently. Let me check it out. 1 second. Yeah,
Okay.
conspiracy theories. Really cool. Check this out.
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy theories.
Uh,
Absolutely fantastic. And it's so easy. It's super easy. They speak super slowly and they
okay.
stress a lot what they say. So definitely conspiracy theories, not only is it easy, but it's interesting because, you know, they're really good. They discuss a conspiracy from different perspectives. Like, could it be true? Maybe, and then they think from the perspective of the normal person, what would what would this person say? And then they come to a conclusion like, I give it a certain number of points because I think it's a good theory, or not, that's not true. So pay attention to that one. Podcasts, conspiracy theories to begin, and there are many others I can recommend. But you know, like if you want more, just ask. TV, TV, and make notes. How's that? You're watching your favorite episode of Friends. Joy said something nice. Just write it down. Learn it. I mean, like steal from them. Steal from Friends. They're there for you to steal from them. So if Joy say, hey, what's going on here? I don't know who invited you here. Whatever. And you want to say that because, you know, you want to be funny next time that you enter your place of work or whatever, your friends, then just use that. Okay? Then use it. Then you're going to listen to Joy say it and yourself say it. And, you know, if people understand, then you know you did it right. Okay? So make notes. Definitely be active. Hone your pronunciation. We already spent some time on that one. Work on your pronunciation. And record yourself and listen to yourself. I want to be emphatic here. If you don't listen to yourself, you're not ever going to be sure if you're doing the right job. You can be the kind of person that says, oh yeah, I've been studying a lot. Okay, have you been learning a lot? And then you'd be like, I think. Yeah, but it sounds more like I wish sometimes for people, right? It's called wishful thinking. Wishful thinking is the kind of thinking that you want to project out to the universe, but is delusional because it's just you believing that it should happen that way. You go like, yeah, I'm learning. And even your intonation reveals the truth. Yeah, I'm learning. It's like it doesn't want to come up, all right? Or you say things like, I think I'm learning. Yeah, but prove it. Prove it. And you are the one that has to prove it to yourself. That's it. I mean, you don't need anyone to tell you. You're great at listening. Let me tell you, you're great at listening. Everybody is well equipped. If you're here in this exchange that we're having, is because your listening is good. All right? And I'm being generic. I'm being general. Your listening is good. Not because it's your English listening, it's your listening in general is good. You're normal people is what I'm trying to say. So as normal people, you have the right to exercise that power. And listen to yourself. Make sure that you're pronouncing the words correctly because then you're going to have matches. Okay? And those were my tricks for today. Besides Flipgrid, what else can I recommend? And 2 Phonetics.
Okay.
Flipgrid, definitely fantastic. You can even record yourself there. Let me show you something about Flipgrid just to guide you a little bit there because that's important. Flipgrid right here. I'm gonna sign in right now. 1 second. Working right there. It's a little slow, sorry. I'm gonna wait for 5 more ticks. If not, I'm killing it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe next time. Yeah, explore it. I also recommend the Google Dictionary. The Google Dictionary is great. Let's go, for example, solidarity. Okay. And there's the Google Dictionary automatically on my screen right there. Okay. So it's got the definitions, but remember, our focus is pronunciation. Number one, visually, you can see it here, solidarity. And you can listen to it. I did because I got my thing here. And then learn to pronounce. Okay, learn to pronounce. And now you see here a different transcription. This is the way Americans understand solidarity to sound like. The UH represents the schwa. So big sa, and big da, or big de, or big da, and big T. But is in between are l and r, l and r. So solidarity. And then you come here and you see it. And you can make it slow if you want, but that's fine. Now, by default, automatically it comes British pronunciation. Change it to American pronunciation and it reveals another button, another function, only for American pronunciation. Then you can practice. Solidarity. Okay, there's a lot of noise here. Try to do it when it's quiet, and where you fail, Google shows you that you failed there and gives you exercises to make that sound.
Oh.
So try it on your own. Great for pronunciation, okay? And so those were my tricks for today. Questions, comments, concerns?
There are many of them, but right now I'm blank.
Well, yes, and also there is a lot of information, but I think that is all worth it. So it gives you ideas that you can just choose from. It's like, okay, what do I do now? Okay, I'm gonna watch some Netflix, but I'm gonna take notes, okay?
Yeah.
Whatever, you know, just like play with the different options that I gave you. Well, so I guess that's been a good hour. Right now it's, in Colombia is 7:06. So it's about time to disconnect and do some Netflix now, right? Time to take it out to practice. So to everybody, let me see who's, because the ones that don't have their cameras activated, I cannot see you. I only can see the ones that are, okay, there's only you, by the way. So let me see, Juan, Andrea, Juliet, Arnold, thank you very much. I guess I'll see you soon. Tomorrow, there is the book club where we read. We're reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and we focus on phrases, right, Arnold? Phrases, that's the focus.
Tomorrow?
So tomorrow at 6 p.m. Colombia time.
Okay.
So right
I'll
here,
be right there.
and,
I'm reading the diary. It's pretty cool.
yeah, it is. It is good.
So what time?
Right?
What time? Would
6 p.m. Same time, 6 p.m. All right?
Okay,
maybe
same
I'll see you
time.
tomorrow.
Okay.
Same time,
Okay.
same place. Same guy, hopefully.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
This will be available on YouTube, by the way. Just in case you
Oh,
want to
yeah.
show it to
Okay.
others or watch it again. All right?
Okay.
Be good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you so
much.
much. Have a great night.
Nice,
No, yeah,
nice.
you bet.
Bye.
Thank you.
You too.
You as
Thanks.
well.
Bye.
Thank you.